What's going on, everyone? It's Mitch from RespectMyReason.com. We're coming back from the 2023 MJ Unpacked Conference. I'm here with the man of the hour, Jage of Unpacked, Jage Media. How you doing today, George?
I'm doing awesome. I just want to give a quick shout out. We did this cannabis convention right around the corner from Halal Guys. You said you went over there at 2 a.m. How big was the line?
It was still halfway down the block, but there was solid networking in the line.
Now, this trip, I haven't had a chance to get Halal Guys. I'm going to definitely fuck some of that shit up tonight. It's been a few, last time I was here, I think I had it 6 times over 4 days. But anyways, back to you.
Yeah, the beef sandwich, that was mine with the fries. Man, so we're at, I don't know, what is this, the fourth MJ Unpacked, fifth MJ Unpacked?
This is whatever. It's the fourth one. It's actually been about 18 months since we launched this, and it's tough. I mean, we launched the business during the pandemic. I booked this hotel for 3 years out when it was closed. We did our show in Vegas. We couldn't even see the convention space because the locks were dead because of the pandemic. But the importance of people meeting in real person, especially right now, this industry's been kicked around, spit out, shut down, overtaxed, overregulated. And it's been exhausting, and it's been a really tough time for our whole community and our friends, right, that are out there for a while. This has been just amazing, to see that it's okay for us to be optimistic. It's okay for us to be excited. What's happening out here in the East Coast, in New York, in New Jersey, in Connecticut, in Delaware, legalizing adult use. This is exciting. I mean, this is what we're doing this for. We're getting closer and closer where they are not going to be able to continue to screw us over at the national level, where you have cannabis as a Schedule I narcotic and fentanyl killing people every day is a Schedule II. I mean, cannabis gets people off fentanyl. So hopefully we get through to the federal government at some point, or they actually do their job. It's just an exciting time for the cannabis industry because this is going to be a massive market. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to get some really good quality product. The form factors and when they legalize and kind of set up a regulated thing, to be able to drink your cannabis or eat your cannabis or stick a cannabis patch on your arm or whatever. It's it's just going to be so much more availability of really quality products for the consumers here in the state of New York.
And speaking of New York, last time we had MJ Unpacked here in the city about a year ago, it was legalization had passed, but it wasn't quite online. We could smell cannabis everywhere. There was excitement in the air. Now we're online. New York definitely showed up at this. Can you talk a little bit about this dynamic of now having this event here with cannabis online and New York coming out and just thirsty for information and knowledge?
Yeah, listen, your booth neighbor over here, the Card Coalition, New York Card Coalition, Kim and I had a chance. We had a chance to talk to Jason, one of the founders of that, and listening to his story of what he had to go through and how he was discounted, downtrodden, and spit out by society. He's like, I'm going to be opening up a cannabis shop. And it's if we're not doing it for somebody like Jason or somebody coming from the legacy market or somebody who was affected by the war on drugs, justice impacted, whatever, we have an opportunity to create a much more diverse, just industry. And this is listen, you smoke the weed every day, bro. It's this is a plant that can literally change the world, right? And it's not just cannabis that reduces the harm to the body, the harm to society. It's also about Scott Triflo growing some really killer weed up in New York here, 1010 Cannabis, check them out. But it's about just making sure that we hemp and what we can do with hemp and change the world and heal the world and planet, but we can heal society too with THC.
What went into the programming this year? Obviously, had the Investor Summit. We just had the Blunt Brunch here about an hour ago. Presentations, roundtables. What went into planning all of these different activations and things that people can engage with at this conference?
I appreciate that. And I get a lot of people come up and hey, man, how you feeling? Are you happy about the show and everything else? So much of what we do is spend 6 months of the year obsessing and compulsing over how everything is going to happen over a 72-hour period. What's people's experience going to be like when they walk in the door? What are they going to see? What are they going to feel? What are they going to smell? Who's in the room that's going to make them feel like they belong somewhere, right? And that's really what we focus on. So it's kind of anticlimactic for us. We get the curtain up, and then it's really the audience here, people like you and people like Joey that and all the other people in the industry that interact, and that magic happens, right? But from a content standpoint, there's a lot of shows out there that'll hey, sponsor the show, I'll give you a speaking spot. My wife and business partner, who I see walking away over there with Scott, probably getting some of that killer 1010 cannabis. It's we curate everything. We want to have licensed operators who have walked a mile in the shoes. We don't want to have some consultant on stage telling you how you should run your business, has never done it. We had a great panel on legacy. We had Axel Burnaby from the Office of Cannabis Management that wrote the legislation, authored a lot of legislation. We had Damien from the OCM talking with Wesley White from the New Jersey CRC talking about the markets out here on the East Coast. I mean, we're going to see interstate commerce probably before federal legalization. New York, New Jersey have always been kind of like one and the same. They're very connected economically. Yeah, I mean, it's just we put a lot of thought into how we design this. I will be honest, we probably over-engineer the shit out of it, which is exhausting. But it pays off when you see the smiles out here and people coming up saying that they just had an amazing conversation. They got their business funded. They just got their product into a couple new stores that were changing these people's lives, right? Not just their lives, but the people who work for them. And it might be their kids got to go to a better school because that company does better in the long run, right? And that shit you take home with you at the end of the day. It's not the money in the bank.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity you give us out here to network and the platform to do what we do and speak about what we speak about. So really appreciate you, George, Kim, the entire MJ Unpacked family.
Mad love for Respect My Reason, you and Joey.
We're here, 2023, MJ Unpacked, New York City. Follow us for more content. Stay tuned.